Hello and welcome back to Fireside Improv Chapter 18, where the Emperor has started his push, his counteroffensive against the vampires. He is right on the outskirts of Sylvania, but as it happens, much of Sylvania has already fallen to dwarves. It presents a new challenge of what to do about those dwarves. At least the people of the Empire are freed from the corruption. The land is already healing, but somehow those dwarves are going to have to be persuaded to leave. But the Emperor has also heard of the Silver Seal, which was stolen from Altdorf. Its location appears to be nearby, and he is going to reclaim it away from the vampires who stole it.
We hunt this day, yet our quarry is neither boar nor deer, no! We pursue the undead! The witch hunters bring word that a vampire crone makes haste for Stirland with the Silver Seal in her clutches. I charge you, brave men, with not letting that vampiress get to Sylvania! For we know she is a puppet. Her strings are pulled by that cursed wretch, von Karstein! Now, men, chase her down! Return to me what is mine, and send these von Karstein beasts a message. By taking her head, we have brought her to bay at the center of a forsaken temple, siphoning off ill magics to power her dread spells. Have no doubt. Surround the crone, slay the creature before she can summon her minions. By order of the Grand Theogenist, show no mercy!
While the Hellstrom rocket batteries rain down on the soldiers on the hill that seem to refuse to come down just yet, there are some reinforcements coming that the Emperor is going to turn to deal with.
Demands blood! State troops ready! Go!
Hellstorm rocket battery! Let's go!
Yes, sir, quickly!
Ready!
At speed! Formation march! Ready to serve!
What do you bid?
Ready to fire! Take aim!
Come on, son.
The enemy vampire lord is slain, and the thief is being torn apart by the Emperor. Let it be a warning to anyone who would seek to take the forbidden artifacts and riches locked away in the great cities of the Empire. The heavens themselves open up in retribution for the slights against the Wizard College and the Grand Enchanter. And the magic sustaining the vampire army crumbles. The Silver Seal is reclaimed by the Emperor. He has to make sure that it does not fall into the wrong hands again. He keeps it on his person and uses its power and might against the many, many, many enemies that are besetting the Emperor.
You need fire? Sigmar's will. To the provinces?
Skaven do launch their assault that they had gathered against Castle von Herauken. The defenders do not have any chance at all at holding this off. The hordes are simply too great. And Balthazar Gelt is going to try to hold at the next city over to prevent the Skaven from ravishing the rest of the Empire. The Fey Enchantress marches to reinforce the other Bretonnian force that is besieging Fort Bergbrez. Wolfram was not anticipating the additional force and is going to have a difficult task. Regardless, the Emperor is going to hope that that defense does go well and continues to invest in Marienburg to extract the most riches out of it as possible. Up in the north, Balthazar Gelt is going to need further reinforcements if he is going to hold against the onslaught.
Protector of the weak.
So,
The Emperor is going to start pushing
Pick up the
further
pace.
down
I will
while
do
Ralph
anything
Koch
for
is
Sigmar.
given the opportunity to
It shall
rest
be
and
done.
recuperate in Needling before joining the Emperor on the final push against Vlad von Karstein. In Reichland, Theodric is ready to move out himself to retake Flensburg and then up to Werkbad in order to settle that city. Vlad von Karstein is sitting in the middle of the Empire territory here. Theodric may be the one to meet him in battle directly, but Vlad has not made his intentions particularly clear as of late. Umgren Iron Fist of Carrick Cadron is looking to deepen the relationships with the Empire, but the Emperor does not entirely trust the dwarves at this time, especially ones that are settled in the Empire. He is still unsure if he's going to be able to get them out peacefully. He is going to keep them at an arm's length for the time being. Fey Enchantress does march forward and The assault is launched against Fort Bergbrez. It's time for Wolfram Allenstag to show what he is capable of. The assaulting force has ways to circumvent the walls with their flying soldiers, but they have little way of taking the walls themselves with a distinct lack of infantry. The Empire hopes that they are able to prevent the Bretonnians from fully taking the walls and opening the gates for their cavalry to enter. If they can do that, they might be able to pull off a victory here at Fort Bergbrez and prevent the Bretonnians from entering Empire territory. The Empire does move some of its soldiers in front of the walls and gates in order to prevent them from being battered down.
We must defend our homes!
Bretonnians also have elven allies from Athaloran. Even though Athaloran has made peace directly, still they fight against the Emperor.
We serve Franz! For Heldenhammer!
Quick march!
At speed!
Sigmar commands! For Franz! Spearmen! Yes, my lord!
Cavalry ready! For Franz! Ready for war!
The Empire endures! Take the ground! Withdraw! Halberdiers! Halberdiers! For Heldenhammer! We obey!
The Enchantress has made it inside the gates, but the gates close behind her. She is now stuck inside and needs to try to survive the onslaught against her. Bretonnia does manage to get through the gates, and their spirit allies of Athaloran, as well as their great cavalry, do manage to get inside of the city. At which point, the Empire does not hold much of a chance of holding. defenders finally do give in. They did a valiant effort, but the additional forces that the Fey Enchantress brought to reinforce this siege was simply too much, and the defense was miscalculated. While there is defeat, a lot of the enemy was taken down with them. It could have been worse. The hope is that they do not have enough to immediately push into the Empire heartland. With Fort Bergbruss falling, Marienburg needs to be fortified. It needs a new army to protect it. So Magnus Blaze is being called upon to protect the city of Marienburg.
Warrior of Sigma.
Vlad von
What
Karstein
does the
has
Emperor bid?
gone to protect the city of Flensburg. Thedric is not deterred and is marching forward
For
to
Heldenhammer!
lay siege.
To war!
And in the meantime, the Emperor is marching down towards Fort
Summon the elector
Oberstyre.
counts. Men, I will fight with you. Into battle.
Before launching the attacks, the Emperor wants to ensure that he is going to be able to hold whatever territory he takes. He knows that Bernhard von Karstein is sitting nearby in Castle Tempelhof with a fairly significant force. He doesn't want to take Fort Oberstyre only to be overrun by Bernhard. Other than that, the vampire forces appear to be just about spent. The Empire is almost going to be rid of those vampires. The Emperor is going to go ahead and launch his attack on Fort Oberstyre. If he takes too many casualties, he can call upon Ralph Koch to help defend against Bernhard. The Emperor decides he's not going to do anything particularly fancy with his Hellstorm rocket batteries. He is going to sit back and weaken the defense from afar. The Emperor knows that towers are being constructed in the settlements. They are firing upon his soldiers. He is going to come forward along with his captain to try to deal with those before too many of them can go up. With the tower dealt with and the initial enemy skeletons crumbling, the Emperor orders his soldiers to march into the city methodically to take section by section. Some of the enemies get a little too isolated from the rest. The Emperor sees the opportunity and charges right in against the elite undead swordsmen that have risen from their crypts, risen from their slumbers, who these warriors once were in a past life is no more. Surely they were great soldiers of the Empire, and putting them back to rest is a blessing. Taking up their position further forward in the streets, the Hellstorm rocket batteries continue to barrage on the enemy, forcing them to either die or come forward to meet their doom against the infantry of the Empire.
The cannon shouts! Weapons are yours! For Heldenhammer! My subjects call!
more enemies come to attack the Emperor. They think he is isolated and weak, but the wizard sees the opportunity to call upon the heavens and bring down celestial bodies to kill that which is already dead. Before the lines are even joined, the zombies fall over and the undead soldiers are no longer able to continue the fight. The riches that the von Karsteins are hoarding across their territories are being looted and sent back to Altdorf to be used back in the Heartland. The time will come to rebuild these other settlements further east, but first the land must be purged of its corruption. There is no point to invest in the corrupted lands just yet. With Fort Obersteier taken with almost no casualties, the Emperor is going to allow Ralph Koch to recover and get more soldiers back into his army so that it is at full strength. He is confident that he will be able to hold off Bernhard on his own. And all that remains of the vampire threat is the army near Emperor Karl Franz that he will be able to deal with personally. And Vlad von Karstein himself, who is currently put under siege and can be killed, hopefully, for the last time.